capabilities anyway.
Hoggles have a fucking spinny wheel on his thing.
Never wear a white shirt while you're eating beets.
Did you say beets?
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's not gonna come out either.
Oh, shit stains.
Yeah, it's like
Tie-dye
it was
dye.
used as dye, I think, at one point.
Yeah.
It was.
Charles gonna play some Hearts of Iron.
Ah, you're gonna take over the world, my man.
Hearts of Iron. It's 4, right? The fourth.
Yeah.
Yep. Gotta be careful, otherwise you'll walk out of it being an alt-right member.
Perhaps you'll play as, the German Reich in 1937.
No, I want to play as Mexico and make it into a communist state and then march north.
Didn't they
I
sort
mean,
of
what
try
was
to
the
try
whole
that,
thing? The
except
Zimmerman
that-
telegram in World War One,
Yeah.
where Mexico was
Yeah.
going to invade.
I don't would have gone
It
well for
didn't
them.
check out. All right,
It
we're
would
all
not
good?
have gone well for them. I think.
Alex, your stream up?
Yep.
Okay, good. Alright. So where you guys last were, you went down the hole. And in the hole, there's a small little island. It's not tropical, ignore the trees. And there was a same type of statue you saw up top that was underneath the illusion. And it's guarded by a cyclops. And as a number of you said, he seems like he's out of place. He's a fucking cyclops. He's asleep. You guys were here. Take it away. What do you do?
I'm pretty sure I shot him.
I think Tommy opened fire. Yeah.
Oh, you open fire? All right, well, roll initiative for me.
Wait, I was with Acreus and Zelkos.
Yeah, you're down here with us, unfortunately.
Pretty sure I was alone sneaking around the back. Yeah, you're down.
Yeah, but I came in before you guys. Did we? I don't know where we were. It doesn't matter, I guess.
I think you met with Zelkos like on the bottom girls, and we're like, I'm not going farther, because Zelkos was not going farther. I think
Yeah,
Acreus
yeah.
was the only
Oh
one who
no,
was
I got
not.
you and your turn mixed up. So what do I do? I select my character, then roll initiative.
Yeah, you click your token and then just click on the initiative.
Is the Cyclops perhaps surprised?
Oh, not this again.
He's asleep.
He's asleep, so I think so.
Is anyone else surprised that Acreus shot the Cyclops?
I might take alert next level. I'm kind of sick of my 12-14 initiative rolls.
Kerfix is
I
like, hey,
know
wake
I
up.
enjoy it immensely.
Yeah.
I have +8 to initiative and rolled a 10.
Yeah, that's the story of my. Well, you have +8? Okay, that's insane.
The Falcon Dream, yeah.
Yeah, Falcon sucks at initiative rolls. He's just good at everything.
All initiatives are in. Wait, what was your initiative here? 10.2? Okay. All initiatives are in, so roll to attack him. Or roll to hit him.
I'm going to roll the double because it's the first round and roll a d8 at the end.
Okay.
Oh, I have to put on roll with advantage, sorry.
Technically, I'm supposed to go before him, but it's fine.
You didn't prep anything.
I rolled higher than you, and I'm not surprised.
Yeah. So,
But
so
it's fine.
yeah, flavor-wise,
Yeah,
it'd be like you saw him attacking and
Yeah.
sprung in action.
Okay, sure. Then L would go if he isn't surprised. Then, Acres, keep the roll.
Those are my
I mean,
two rolls.
mine's. I see this happening, and I think it's bad, and I'm going to do this thing over here.
Haha.
Okay. So you would make you cast mirror image.
I do.
Okay.
Big coward energy.
As I'm hoping upon all hope that Acreus doesn't actually shoot this thing, but then he does.
And right as you hope beyond hope, you see the arrow leave his bow.
Yep.
You hit him. I assume we're using the second roll, or do you roll twice?
I rolled
He
twice
gets
on
2
round one.
attacks.
On round 1, I attacked twice, so it's 28. Did I do math wrong?
Yeah, it'll be 28 total.
And then I'm gonna scamper back to here, and that's it. I guess I could bonus action hide. It doesn't actually matter.
Uh,
How would you hide?
In the
I don't
water.
know. The room. But goblins could bonus action hide, but I don't know what the fuck's in this room.
okay, so upon that hitting him, you hear an immediate scream, and he kind of like gets up, and he looks around. It's pretty dark.
I thought you said there was some like blue crystal light lighting the
Yeah,
place.
but it's still pretty dark. It's like a low light, Alex.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, it's low light. Like you could see him because he's big, but you know, you're pretty small and by the side. He like looks around, and then let me see what he'd do here. He points this way, and he holds out his club towards Zelkos, and he says, "Xandros said protect statue.
Sandro?
You die!" And he exclaims that.
Okay.
It's not his turn.
Alright, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Say, well, you can't protect anything as I vicious mockery him. DC 15 wisdom save. And I'm going to move over to here.
He passes.
Yep. And that's... I think that's my turn. Yes, that's my turn. No. I'm gonna say, who's... Acrius, you've got this, and I will Bardic Inspiration on Acrius.
Thank you.
All right.
Which
well,
squares is this dude actually in?
Oh my god.
Gotta draw a shape, Frank.
It looks like 3 vertical, 2 horizontal.
Yeah.
If you're wrong, yeah.
Okay.
Pink.
All right. Well, blue's a web spell, and I'm just gonna stand right here. I can't go anywhere. And then he rolls a 12 on his dex check. Next turn.
Okay. Well, link me web, please.
Oops, sorry. I will click. In fact, I'll cast it so it can.
And it's his turn.
Yep. Starts
Roll
his turn.
for 12.
Yep.
So you will proceed to do damage.
I did no damage. He's restrained currently.
Oh, you're not lighting him on fire?
I'm gonna light him on fire.
The web. What?
I mean, I haven't had an opportunity to light him on fire yet.
So he's restrained?
He's restrained.
Let's see if he can do anything whilst restrained.
Alright, I'll just so I understand how web works. He can take an action to try to make another strength
he
check? Okay.
He
That's
can take an action. He can burn his entire action to make a strength check, and not hit Zelkos.
Or he can just throw some boulder with disadvantage, maybe.
Giant ape style.
Exactly. Pick up a
I'm going to
fucking.
see how far away you guys.
Not very.
No, I didn't make this island big enough. He's going to try and shake himself free.
Strength check, which he will almost certainly pass. But at least Zelkos taking
Ooh.
Nice,
What do I
potentially.
need?
15.
Ooh, just one shy.
God.
The fuck is strength?
Big plays.
That means he's got at least a. Oh, he's got a +6. Let's go.
He's screaming. All Poggles.
I do a history check on that name that I hear.
Give it to me. An 11?
I guess there's 2 rolls there.
Yeah, so it should be an 11. You don't have advantage on it.
Oop.
You don't know what the name is, but it sounds like it's. You don't recognize the name, but you do recognize. Okay, hold on. You don't recognize the name. What you do recognize is you do know that there is a family surname that matches what he stated from, or matches the name he stated from the city of Odunos.
Can I get
Okay.
the name in chat so I can copy it correctly?
Yes.
Thank you, because I'll just type it all awful.
You can pronounce it wrong on purpose.
I don't even fucking. The funny part is,
All right, so I'm not. I thought I was looking to be a little bit worried and go ham, but I'm just gonna cast a new cantrip.
What you got, boy? What the fuck is that move?
The station.
So he has to make a con save.
Okay. I'm liking this.
Yeah,
this
this
dude's
one's
about to be the most fucking sad Cyclops ever.
We're gonna see. He's got pretty high con.
He's a Cyclops.
He can't move, correct? Or am I
You cannot.
He
the whole
cannot.
move, but he won't move.
Fine.
Between Infestation and Vicious Mockery, we can
I'm
do
done.
some rude things to
Yeah,
single
you can
target
do a
enemies.
lot of mean things to this guy and everyone else. All right. Cantos.
All right.
Diagonal your ass over here.
Yeah, I was just say I'm swimming out. I'm like, oh shit.
10,
it's like-
20,
And
25.
here I am. I am going to take a swing with my longsword at this man. 8 is still missing, right? We don't have an 8.
8 is
Wait,
missing,
he's-
but he's restrained. You have advantage.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm just making sure that we don't have an 8.
No one ever lets me have an hour.
Yeah, no, that's not what we're about here. All right. 21.
Oh yeah, you hit him.
All right, so that's 15 damage. And who's nearby? Are we worried? Nah. That's it.
If you guys click on him, can you see the number I have above him?
Nope.
It's probably better that way, right?
Yeah, I'm
I don't
assuming
really-
that's
No, yeah, I think that's what he wants. But...
Oh, I don't want you guys to be able to see.
Yeah, you can make just the bar visible, just the number visible, or nothing visible.
I wanna make
Personally,
it-
I would make the number visible and make it like 360 or something.
Yeah, but then that's false information.
Yeah, that's-
Accurate. Or maybe it's not. I don't know.
I will cast Hunter's Mark. I don't know why it linked. I didn't even try to attack, but I will try to shoot him once with advantage.
And you have Inspiration if you need it.
You think I need your shit?
Whoa.
Just knowing you have it is enough inspiration.
no, he
More
did not
for-
do your shit.
Doesn't need it.
It's 18 plus how much is Hunter's Mark? 2d6 on a crit? Alex?
I mean, yeah, all dice are doubled.
It's 18 plus roll 20 is lagging out. Oh my lord.
Three.
Yeah, it is lagging a lot.
21.
1?
Yes.
Jesus.
Fat crit.
It's fatty crits.
And Frank, I don't know if I'm missing something here, but do I notice that my bow didn't make the smoke cloud to stealth me?
Yes.
I find that very peculiar. But we press on. And then I move boop, 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 stand next to my friend. And I pass my turn.
Oh, that was bold.
Bolt, I want to, dude. I have 17 AC. I want to make myself a
Hold
fucking
on.
target.
Can you show me the path you moved?
Yeah, he might
Well,
have
is
reached
this
10
room?
feet.
I'm just gonna hug the corner and get to Zelkos as much as I can. If that comes in threat range, that's fine. But I'm just gonna hug the cavern walls and walk there.
Yeah, he's gonna try and hit you when you cross here.
With disadvantage.
Yeah, with disadvantage though. He
Oh, sorry.
sucks.
So just attack rolls. Yeah. Disadvantage. Yep.
Disadvantage, yeah. He
Try to
sucks.
do what I see him try to do.
He tries to swing around with his club and tries to slam it down on you as you're moving, but as he goes to slam it down, he gets caught in the web and he kind of like hits a bit of the statue instead, and he starts groaning.
Ah! And then I end my turn here.
Zelkos,
Sure. So Zelkos is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And he is going to yell to the Cyclops, "Look out behind you!" And is going to cast Phantasmal Force.
Killer?
No, Phantasmal Force in the biggest red box I made. So he's going to think that if he fails the saving throw, he's going to think that the space behind him and under his feet has lit on fire, and that entire section is just engulfed in flames.
Yeah, fails.
So yeah, so each round on my turn. So now he's going to take 1d6 psychic damage. So let me roll that. So he's going to take 3 psychic damage.
In
And
addition to the one?
Oh, no,
You
baseline.
rolled it already.
I guess I'd already rolled it. So yeah, he would just take 1 psychic damage. I didn't even see it did that.
Okay.
And I am concentrating on that spell, and that is my turn.
Add the wrench.
Yep, already did.
No, for myself. Hunter's mark.
Oh yeah.
Mind Sliver.
Int saves are apparently the way to go, huh?
He fails.
Okay. Takes 2 and minus 1d4 in his next save.
Oh, this was good actually.
Save or check? Is it both?
I think
Save.
it's just save. Right?
Save.
He tries to free himself.
Okay. Good luck.
A check or a save help.
He
Well,
could just hit.
Yeah.
He could just hit Canathos.
He could also hit Zelkos.
He has disadvantage swinging at me, right?
Definitely at everyone.
He also
Yeah.
thinks the area behind him is on fire, so I don't know if he
That's
would use
true.
that.
Yeah, no. I guess he would try and get out. What does he have to take a full action to do it, or
He has to take an action to.
And he gets a
strength
minus
check against
d4
my DC.
on his save.
No, it says it's not save, it's a check. Right? Let me
Ooh,
read.
okay, sure, yeah, sorry.
I
It's a
think it's a
save.
check. I don't think he gets the minus d4 on it.
Strength
Right.
check, yeah, just a check.
So he could take this, and then he could take a move action out, I guess.
Yep.
So he would want to get out of the fire.
That's true.
He's an idiot. What is it? A DC
15.
15? Yeah, he frees
he has to
himself.
make an. Okay, yeah.
What?
No, you're good.
He frees himself, and he shuffles over this way to be out of the fire. He's in a face, or I guess he is in this box anyway. For clarity's sake. And that's his turn, because he doesn't have another action.
Yikes.
Boggles.
I believe that does not hit.
No.
Alright, I'm good.
Surprisingly close.
Cool.
Canatos.
Alright, I'm going to walk up to this dude.
You
Take a
actually
swing.
don't have to. You're
Yeah, he's
still in
in it.
range to hit him.
He's
where
in
you
that
were
box.
Oh,
He
really?
takes up a
Oh, right, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. He's in this box. Yeah,
He's
yeah,
right.
I am going to swing at him.
Blizzard hitbox.
The pink's this hitbox. So 26.
Hits.
Yep, hit him for 10, and then I am going to. Going to expend a superiority die. So 7 additional damage. So I hit him for 17 total, and the next attack against him has advantage.
All right. So 17 total.
Yep.
Got it. Acrius.
Move 5, 10, 15, and say, Kanathos, will watch this, and I'll shoot him with advantage. And then I'll Hunter's Mark as a d6. So 14.
Very nice.
All right. Zelkos.
So I'm gonna yell at him. Can never escape the flames, and I'm gonna vicious mockery him. And also because he's within 5 feet of my illusion, he's gonna suddenly feel the flames get so hot that he's too close, and he's gonna take another 3 psychic damage.
So he gets a wisdom save here.
He does get a wisdom save
Minus-
against vicious mockery, but he doesn't get a
Minus
save against the
1d4.
phantasmal.
Wisdom save as well.
Sure. He should just fail it, but we'll see. He fails it. So we take a total of 7.
7.
Sure.
7 damage, disadvantage on his next save, and now he's fully aware that he's still in danger if he stays this close to the fire. I wasn't smart enough to make it something that would chase after him.
Voltos.
5 fire damage. That's my turn.
Ooh.
You deal 5 fire.
Vicious Mockery is disadvantage on his,
His
next
next attack roll
Next attack.
And you're good.
before
You're done now?
something.
You're done now?
Yep.
Okay. Still believing he's in trouble, he shifts this way.
Op attack, baby.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, I will make an
up.
opportunity. $18.
So 10.
Yep, 10.
Now he's going to swing on you with disadvantage.
Okay.
He misses.
Oh my god.
He swings again with his second attack.
Now he does not have disadvantage.
Yes, he is fine.
What's your AC?
19, I think. 18. 18.
He will actually hit you.
Okay.
I think it's lagging.
Like an insane amount. Yeah.
My God.
Yeah. 13.
Okay, I take 10.
He's done. By the end of it, when he goes to swing that second time and he hits you, he says, "Xantos said protect statue, no break statue, no make me feel stupid." And
Ah.
he's dead. He's done. Poggles.
Poggles' turn again.
Oh yeah.
Poggle is upset he missed his guiding bolt. And eats another one over.
Oh my
This
god.
is the same rules.
How
by
are
the way.
you so unlucky?
You're also
Not
don't
having
forget
the
you
roll.
have Ray of Sickness now too.
Yeah, that's not on my. I didn't add that. Oops.
Did you get
Hold
the
it
same
up,
rolls?
Yeah,
He did.
just
Okay,
for fun.
18.
Just
but-
I
reversed.
don't hurt.
Yeah.
I'm sad, and I passed my turn.
Canatos.
I'm going to continue to encroach on this guy. Attack with a longsword. 16.
You hit him.
So 9 slashing. And then yep, I'm good.
Acrius.
Is this guy looking hurt, Frank?
Yeah.
What's the guy's name? Frank Xantos?
Yeah.
Xantos.
I'll say, I think Xantos tricked you, my friend, and then I will shoot him again. $23 for 11 damage.
Nice.
It's looking pretty hurt. Like, pretty hurt. Zelkos.
Zelkos is going to say, "You will fail at your task," as he vicious mockeries again. So wisdom save.
This
Yeah.
guy.
Oh my
This
god.
poor guy.
So he's got disadvantage on his next attack roll.
Uh-huh.
That's
For the record, that's
my
a 1. Because he's at a minus 2.
beautiful. And that'll be my turn.
He's like crying out of his single eye.
Oh.
Voltos.
Nope, that's not hitting.
Hey.
No, it doesn't.
Nope, that's my turn.
His turn. No, I'm not. I won't fail. This for good of everyone, and he goes to attack you again at disadvantage. Fails. Attacks you normally. Hits.
Oh, that's gonna hit. Yep.
Thank God that didn't go one higher.
14.
Okay. I take 11.
Hoggles.
Poggles is within 30 feet, I believe.
Yeah.
And it was old trust. Never mind.
No.
Okay. I'm going to
Thanatos.
swing with my longsword. All right, 15 damage. I'm
so-
going to.
Go ahead.
Okay, I swing with. He's fine. He's still alive.
Well, you embed that into him, and he kind of like falls down.
Okay. Is he like? Should I swing? Should I do
He's
something else?
still
or is-
breathing, but he's just kind of like looking at you,
Oh.
and he looks very like done. Is the best way to describe it.
Okay, so I'm gonna say maybe you can tell us a bit about Xantos.
He wouldn't like that. He wouldn't like that at all.
Is combat still going on, Frank? Because I want to
No.
go up the club from him, just so he's disarmed.
No. Combat's effectively done. Unless you want to kill him.
Yeah, while Canathos is grilling him, I'm going to go disarm him and go attempt to take
If
the
you
club.
go to kill him at this point in time, it will likely just be a coup de grace.
No,
so
no,
you
no.
will
I
just
just-
kill him.
Yeah,
I'm
gotcha.
gonna go to the club.
I think he's just trying to take the weapon away from him.
Yeah,
I mean, this guy did
just
just
trying
hit me
Examine
for
the statue.
sizable damage.
I'm
You
gonna-
drop con for the win.
Yeah.
I will drop the fire.
Should have let him hit Zelkos.
This gives me an idea, I guess. This is
I'll go attempt to go for the club. Let me know what happens.
low AC, high hit points. Probably fine. Yeah, so he just kind of like he's dropped the club basically. Like if you as you're going over to him, if you like go to reach for the club, he just kind of like drops it.
I'll just carry it away so it's out of his threat range.
What's your name,
You're
big
gonna
guy?
drag that away. You're dragging that shit. It's big. It's bigger than
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I'm just dragging that away. And then go ahead, Zelkos.
I turn and say, "What's your name, big guy?"
Gothar.
Gothar. You said who was it that ordered you to be here?
Xantos. He's helping.
Yeah, and Xantos' leader. Do you remember their name?
Xantos is leader.
Right,
I
but who
don't
orders
think-
Xantos around?
He kind of like shrugs. I don't know.
Well, the answer.
Xantos is leader.
Yep, but one person leads Xantos, and that's me, Zelkos. So we've been sent here to check up on you, make sure you're doing okay, and you did pretty good. We just wanted to protect the statue until it was time, and now we're ready to smash it.
Yeah, give me the appropriate check there.
Is that the deception check?
Yeah, give me the appropriate check.
Oh, I only got a 19.
Oh, he's an idiot. He like his like eyes wide, and he's like, you boss?
I'm your boss's
Did I do
boss.
good?
You did good. You protected it long enough, and we made sure you're ready for your next job. But first job is we protected it long enough, and we're ready to smash it. Would you like to do the honors for your boss?
Toast doesn't want that, but if you his boss, then yeah.
Drag the club back over.
All right, Gothar. Let's see it. Big smash.
Hold on. I've examined the statue. Is it the same as the one upstairs?
Yeah, this is solidly the
I'm
same
gonna
but
get
bigger.
clear of this madness.
Just stand. I don't want to see this shit go down.
He walks over to it and he hefts back a bunch, and he keeps slamming down, and then it eventually breaks.
I clap a bit. Well done,
I-
Gothar.
I noticed his demeanor change when the statue was smashed.
No, he's still an idiot.
So I
He
haven't
kind of like sits down.
I haven't seen Xanthos in a while. When was the last time you saw Xanthos?
Xantos was here yesterday.
Okay. How are they looking? Same as usual? How would you describe them?
He looked thin.
Hmm.
He looked thin. He needs to eat. I need to eat.
Yeah, why don't you get out of here?
He kind of like
some food.
looks over at Acreus.
Oh no, this is we're all part of the same team. You're not gonna want to eat any of us. But if you want to swim on out of here, you're totally welcome to get some food, take a vacation, and we'll make sure someone comes and gets you in a few weeks.
I'm gonna go hide behind you, Alan. I hide behind Zelkos.
Kind of looks at you and he's like, Xantos teleport me here.
Oh, he did. All right. Well, we'll probably have to have him come pick you up and give you your vacation then. But you did good.
When you tell him he did good, he gets happy. He's like very much smiling.
Team, any other questions for our excellent guard here?
No, I'm just watching.
No, because he got teleported here. He's never even been in the temple, most likely. So I'm just gonna scurry about the corner of the room back to the group.
All right. Well, you protect this rubble until Xanthos comes to pick you up.
None of us have actually seen Zelkos cast Detect Thoughts, right? So we don't know.
That is true, but Acreus knows I have detect thoughts.
Alright, well, I'm swimming to the rope to get out of here.
He, as you say that and like walk away, he kind of like takes his club and he gives a salute by like bringing it up to his head, and he hits himself, and he's like, "Ow!" And then he puts the club down. And he gives like a salute,
I salute back.
and then he just kind of sits, like Patrick Starr just sitting down and
Yeah,
just
guarded,
staring into
okay.
space, just sits.
Oh, wait. I do have one more reward for you. And I walk over and I say, this may not look like much, but you're going to love it. And I put your hand.
Puts out his hand.
I drop a good berry into it. I say, eat that. It's great.
It's small.
Well, give it a try.
I have big stomach, very small. He kind of like just shoves it in his mouth. Very good berry.
It is a very good berry. That's what everyone tells me. Alright, goodbye.
It's swimming time.
He starts waving.
Wave back.
Yeah, you lads make it out.
Can I go
Back
to
on
where the
top.
rope is? Oh, sorry. Are we like?
With these.
Can I go out to where the rope is and look up? And does this look like a portal beneath the temple? Is it just a pathway beneath the
No,
temple?
this,
What is?
if you look up below the rope and like just look up, it looks like you can see the temple ceiling through the hole.
This doesn't look like a weird dimension. It's just an area under the temple.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll start climbing up with everyone else.
What do you say we get out of here?
Yep. Head back up.
Let's go.
What do you say? You fight the Hydra, huh?
Hmm.
We ate one day
Understandable.
already. Let's not give it more people to eat.
I ask Canathos, I say, you have that parchment, right? What did it say we have to do here?
Get rid of the. Frank, I'm gonna read what I remember it
Yep.
saying. Is like eliminate a tribe of Tritons, right, or deal with the Triton threat
That's
on
basically
this
it.
area. Yeah. So
I have a rogue group of Trident have claimed an island for their own and have not blessed it for Thassa. We will met out judgment in her name. Is it met or meet?
meet.
Meat out.
Yeah, I think we did that. So
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna start heading back out, but keeping an eye out for any fish people. She's still screaming. What's up with her?
Oh, you're gonna check on her?
Yeah.
If you look through the if you open the door and you look in on her, she's sleeping.
All right. Let's leave her sleeping.
Krishna, I
lady-
need you to be me for a second. I gotta go handle something.
Okay. Just because you were sleeping?
I'll go to Canathos and say, yeah, that lady's crazy. Let's fucking leave her.
I mean, should we? She can probably get some help if we bring her back to the city.
She's your responsibility for the entire cruise then.
Oh, it's so much work. I changed my mind.
I'm gonna cast.
Totally.
What?
Are we leaving?
Believe
Yeah,
so.
you lads are. It seems like the team wants to
Yeah,
start
let's-
heading out.
All right, Pacos walks out. He wants to go outside.
Okay. So you guys leave the temple and you start heading back out towards the island and where you left your boat. And wouldn't you know it, your boat is still there.
Hey.
Boats there? Are the orphans there?
The orphans, well, you don't see them
That's probably a good thing.
Can we?
from where you're at.
Can we loot the other ships?
Yes, you can loot the other ships. Like the
Acris,
wreckage.
follow me.
Yeah,
And we go investigate around there looking for loot in the wreckage.
I just go back to the boat. I'm tired.
Okay. Let me do some quick things here. Big rolls for you, boys. Okay, so amongst the wreckage, you don't really find anything of note, but you do find a small little chest. Ooh. Nothing else besides a small little chest.
Acris,
It's
check this out.
waterlogged, though.
yes. And I take out my thieves' tools and I go over to check if it's locked first of all.
It is.
I go to work on my thieves' tools. What do I have to roll? Dex check plus proficiency, maybe?
Yeah.
Add 2 to whatever I roll here.
Does that look damaged?
23.
You're gonna be able to open it.
I ignore Zelkos because I'm a master focused on a thing right now. I go.
Focus on your task.
What was that dex check about? Sorry.
You found a little waterlogged chest. That was like the only thing of note amongst the wreckage.
That was a thief tools check because it's locked out.
And inside the chest, you find 3 potions of healing.
Cool. And I give all 3 of them to Zelkos because I don't really like having healing.
You should probably carry one of these.
No, you can give them out if you want.
Alright, sounds good. I will add those. I guess, yeah, we can do it on the ship.
Sure.
Anything else we spot?
Not really. A lot of these have seemed like they've been picked clean. The only reason why the chest you might be able to guess was left here is because it was locked.
Gotcha.
All right, let's go back.
Well, first we have to make a decision. Wait, were we on the ship? Or are we on the?
Well, you're on the island. You can walk to the ship.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys are on the ship, and me and Alex are doing a nearby ship, and then going back to the main ship. So we haven't yet. We're still on
Yep,
the
yep, yep. Sorry.
So y'all have a few minutes to do stuff while we're walking back if you had something to do on the ship.
I'm assuming we checked on the orphans.
What are you doing, Al? Checking the orphans? Okay.
Yeah, the orphans are right. They're not orphans anymore. They have a home. It's
Well,
fine.
you're not their dad.
Yeah, but they're home. They have
No,
a home.
I'm their dad.
It's true. Yeah, the orphans are there. They just kind of are. Titus is scrubbing the deck.
I like this guy.
He looks upset.
What? Titus, what happened?
I mean, we left them here for like 12 hours.
12 hours.
He
Yeah.
looks up at you and he says, Lena yelled at me and told me to scrub the deck,
What
so
happened?
I am.
Why did Lena yell at you? Maybe we should talk to Lena.
No, Lena was right. And I cast detect magic and go the ship at once over to make sure there's nothing magical that shouldn't be here.
There is nothing magical on the ship that shouldn't be there.
Okay.
What school is nothing?
Everything and nothing. You just assume Lena was right.
To tell him to scrub the deck?
No, this is a punishment, El.
Oh. Eh.
I thought Elle did understand, but still was like, "Yep, this is fine as long as my deck is getting
That's what
scrubbed."
I thought too.
And then whatever you got in trouble for is
I'll
valid.
let Canathos deal with whatever is going on here.
Alright, I will go talk to Lena.
She is inside
Alright? Sort of
the
like,
cabin.
yep,
Do you have
kind
any
of like,
potatoes? Do you have like potatoes on this boat? Do you have food?
We have rations of some sort.
She's peeling potatoes.
Alright.
okay. Anything happened while we were away? On
She
the
looks
boat?
ecstatic to see you. She
Are you
says,
Yeah.
No, Titus ran into the temple to try and find you, but I ran after him and told him he shouldn't go and that it was dangerous, and I told him to scrub the deck until you came back.
Alright, well, I'm gonna
Scrub the deck
give
harder.
Lena a big pat on the shoulder and be like, you did a really good job. And then I'm gonna turn to Titus and be like, you got anything you want to tell me, young gun?
It's like, I wanted to fight like mom and dad.
Titus, there will be time for you to fight like all day. You had a really important job to protect the ship. What would we do if you had gone and the ship got stolen?
He looks around and notices the ship is still here. We did well. And he like puffs out his chest and he's real happy about it.
Canathos, perhaps he needs some discipline. Maybe some training would help.
How old is Titus? Like 8?
That's about
Yeah,
that's a
sure.
start.
Yeah, we could start with some basic exercises. Do we have like random wood on the boat? I'm gonna make him a
Oh
sword.
yeah, we do. It's a boat.
Alright, so I am not proficient in woodworking, so I will attempt to make him a sword. That will be a project during the voyage.
Hold on, I got like some shovels and some axes.
I'm
and
not
you can just
giving
take
him
the
a
haft
shovel.
out.
What?
No, you take the fucking haft out.
Oh.
You got 2 sticks.
Yeah.
I also have a shovel.
There's also 2 wrecked ships outside.
Yes. But I think we're trying to leave.
You guys have plenty. You guys can do whatever.
Especially because we know there's a fucking Hydra down there.
And at this point, I
Yeah, but you
assume
didn't see big enough doors for it to leave.
That's true. That does beg some questions. I wonder if it was brought in as a baby and grew to maturity in there.
Well, the Cyclops got teleported downstairs, so
I like my way better.
And you guys left him.
We did. We are clearly a very amoral group.
Zelkos is gonna climb up over the ship and say, "Well, we found some good stuff," and pull out 2 of the healing potions and say, "This looks like we got some healing potions here. I don't know who should take them. I got one right here, and I'll pat towards my pouch if anyone ever needs to give me a pick me up." Right next to my good berry.
I will take one, I think.
All right. Who wants the other one?
I will give it to 8 when I summon him.
Okay.
Is that even?
So add each of you add a potion of healing in your inventory. I will go down to 1.
And now I actually got to go for 10 minutes. But are we listening? So
All right, bye.
Where's he going?
He just said he'll be back in 10 minutes, but he'll be listening. Probably has to
Okay.
handle something.
He probably has to do something on Classic WoW. If I had to take a guess.
Might be some.
Or help his neighbor.
Yeah,
no, but
those
he's
were about the only. Those are
listening
the
to
2.
stream. I don't think he'll be with his neighbor with the stream up.
I mean, I have headphones on, just helping carry something.
Distinct
Okay.
possibility. All right, bring up the world map.
As we get back, I say so. Zados or whatever is from what town again?
I don't think he said anything.
Only
I'm not even sure
Poggles
what you're
knows.
trying to say to me.
Tommy's trying to remember what Poggles' knowledge is.
Only Poggles knows.
Oh, Xantos?
So, has anyone ever heard of Gothar Xanthos before?
Frank, I'm gonna do a history check now that I'm on the boat and not being confronted with this.
That's also Zelkos in character asking that.
So I'm trying to think. I'll tell you. Oh, let me see if I can remember. This Xanthos name sounded vaguely familiar to me.
You know that about the same that Charles does, or that Poggles does. You know that there is a family, and it's a family name, and it originates from the city of Odunos.
Of what? What city? I'm sorry.
Odunos.
This one.
This one here.
Oh, okay. Is that where the returned are? Oh, sorry, player.
Some of them.
Okay. Right. These are the 2 returned places. I think.
Yep.
Sure. Okay. Got it. Okay. Well, yeah. So Jarls and Poggles and I will put our heads together a little bit, I think, and we both come up with the same thing, that it's from a family associated with Odunos. Jesus.
Are they
Do
known
we
for
think this
anything?
bears more investigation?
I'll say so. That guy's doing some bad things, but don't you think we should finish our last trial first?
Unless the trials have already been subverted.
Yeah, I thought our little intercession with the gods helped us realize that the trials are either being, like Zelko said, subverted or misdirected, or are actually not authentic trials, like authentic to what it really was in the past.
For all we know,
These
go.
these rocks, these idols are a concerning pattern.
The other thing is, who's doing the subversion? So I'm no geography expert, but if this Odunos is anywhere near Deathbellow, maybe that's the source of both our problems. What do we know about this family? How have you heard of them?
Frank, what do I know? Do I know anything besides just
You
her
know
name?
that it's a rather wealthy family, and they're rather wealthy family for the city, and they're generally a military family. They're bright minds. Bright
And is
minds in the
Odunos
battle.
all returned?
No.
Okay. So I know that Odunos is a city that is known for its proximity to one of the exits from the underworld, so returned often find themselves there. I know that the Xanthos family is wealthy and military inclined. They clearly have the resources and the ability to pull off something like this if they are the perpetrators. But under the nose of all the gods, if even did Acreus share with us? Sorry, player. Did Acreus share with us that he talked to Phoenix? He did,
I think
right?
so. Yeah.
I told you all that I'd never.
Yeah. So if even Phoenix is, opposed to it and is now doesn't seem to be perpetrating it, this seems to be something done either with the under the jurisdiction of one god that none of us are familiar with, or not the gods at all, or maybe even in opposition to the gods.
Is Odunos a sea town?
It is. So
Yes. It's,
That's the
give me like a knowledge history, I guess, so that I can just tell you.
I
I'll
will.
Can we all roll it?
Oh my god.
I said I'm not very learned.
I have a +7.
Models, give me a knowledge history.
He said be right back for Pepper.
but in response to
I will roll for both him, and I will roll for both him and yeah. Go ahead.
in response to Canathos saying it is a sea town, I say, all right, let's just sail there.
Mm,
I'm back.
Okay,
Go.
so Poggles. Okay, sorry, Charles. I rolled you a 17 for history, and I rolled L a 3. So
very nice.
or I rolled L a 2. So off of Poggles' history check of Adonos, you know that it is somewhat of a sister city to Asphodel. You know that while some living live within the city, it is primarily inhabited by returned, so zombies. You know that in contrast to Asphodel, Adonos tends the citizens of Adonos tend to be greedy, violent, and resentful of their living, I guess, compatriots. Their living
So the
citizens
returned
of
are
Fel-
resentful of the living.
Yes.
Okay. Where in
Um,
Asphodel they live in harmony, or
And Asphodel, it tends to be more, it tends to be more accepting of the living.
okay.
So living do live in Adonos, but it tends to be more of a, walking around with like armed guards and the like, because
Sure.
the returned tend to not like them too much. Most of the living that live in Adonos tend to be either a descendants of the returned that live there, or they tend to be long-lived family lines or lineages that are just kind of stationed there and live there alongside their returned ancestors, or they tend to be merchants utilizing the port of the city as a easy means of trade.
Okay.
You know that amongst... Hold on. You know that because of their resentfulness towards the living, the people of Adonos, or the returned of Adonos, do regularly raid Akroan caravans in Akroan land for relatively small reasons and relatively small possessions or money, bits of money, but they still do it as a just sense of a need to destroy, I guess, the wealth of the living.
Sure. Okay.
I guess the important thing to understand here is Adonos and Asphodel are sister cities, but they're in contrast to one another, is really it. Whereas Adonos really despises the living, Asphodel gets along with them, whereas Adonos is greedy, violent, and looks to find its own wealth by essentially, or seeks to increase its own wealth by destroying the wealth of the living as Fidel seeks to trade with the living and that sort of thing.
So any powerful figure from Adonos that we come into conflict with is very likely to be more Al Capone and less friendly leader.
Correct.
Okay.
Do you share this with us, Charles, or no? You're keeping this to yourself.
Definitely share it. Or at the very least, I know those.
Yeah, I think
can
Poggles and I
also-
were talking about this. Yeah.
You can also cite that the returned of Adonos are very hard to bargain with, and they care for very little beyond water. They don't drink. They don't eat. They don't really care about fun or recreational activities. They really only require water for some reason or another.
Freshwater,
Interesting.
saltwater, either.
You mean like drinking water or?
Just water.
Okay.
So either fresh or salt.
Interesting,
Further
okay.
background is that because of their tide with the returned, both Asphodel and Adonos sport very large temples to Phaenax.
Right. Right. Well, that's an interesting wrinkle. If Phaenax is... So this guy is probably... Either Phaenax is pulling one over on us, and I'm willing to talk, but I'll say this in character. Like, well, either Phaenax is playing tricks on us, but it sounded like he was pretty genuine. So these people must be powerful indeed to do this from his own city.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at reading people, and this emissary didn't look like he was trying to pull one over on me in that nightmare.
And correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't Phaenax once a dead mortal like us who became a god?
Yes, he first returned.
So would worship if you were a mortal who wanted to become a god, don't you think you'd end up following someone like Phaenax? Maybe a city of Phaenax worshippers has some extra power hungry people who are trying to subvert the gods and make themselves something bigger or the same.
True. Also, I think it's a good point that the returned have a kinship with Phoenix, but it's possible if there's a confrontational or opposition from the humans, like the ordinary humans in Odunos and ordinary races, that they would actually be working against Phoenix. So I think the big thing we can take away from this is this will not be a simple or an easy opponent. These are people with extensive resources. I mean, they had a Hydra.
Right. I might have missed this part of the thing. Is this family we're looking for supposedly returned or supposedly living?
They're living. They're not returned.
Oh, okay.
So it sounds
You know that the family exists within Adonos, but from what you know of Adonos, it is distinctly possible that you have both living and
Sorry, yeah. okay.
returned members living within the
Okay.
same household.
But there are non-returned members of this family.
Yes.
Okay, so it is possible. I'll respond to Kennethos and say it's very possible that this could be the living pulling some hijinks or the return pulling some hijinks in this town.
So I guess the next question is, if we're going to try to get more information, do we go to Deathbellow or do we go to Odunos?
Deathbellow sounds really beyond our ability right now.
What's our last task?
Deathbellow. uh, suppose we could stop by Akros and see if there's any updates on the situation.
Yes, and I don't. Maybe my character would know because he's a ranger. I don't know if he's been up here, but Frank, are you looking at the world map?
I am.
The area between Akros and Odunis, forest, mountains, like what's between Akros and Odunis if you just walked in a straight line?
It's like okay, so
Well,
it's
that's-
like a valley.
It's traversable is
It's
what
like a valley, almost like a canyon.
Okay.
So Akros is kind of So the river valley here that flows by Akros. Akros kind of is up on a mountainy area. Across the bridge, it's essentially the same elevation. Then you start to dip in elevation, and then you go back up again right around Phoberos, and then you go down again by the Crypt of Souls.
So like
You
the
lower yourself in
whitest
elevation.
whitest part is the bottom of the valley, pretty much.
Yes,
Okay.
and then if you look here, you can see the topography of like the elevation there. If you like zoom in.
Does my character think that is traversable, or that's just a no-go?
Oh, I mean
I mean, I'd probably
yeah,
know
it's
whether it's
traversable.
traversable or not.
Right. Well, I'll
Yeah, I
ask
mean, you know that this is traversable. Like
Yeah, we can certainly go
the
by
bridge
land.
leads from Akros out that way anyway.
I agree with either Kanathos or Zelkos. I don't know who said it. Let's head to Akros. We'll see if there are any updates on Death Fallow Canyon and whatnot. If it seems too out of our league, we'll head to Odunos by land.
Keep in mind, Akros is under martial law, so maybe be careful while we're going there. But
We have that guy, and I'll point to Kanathos. So,
Yeah, we don't need to. I want to pick up. I'll even say it again. Like, I want to get more information with a brief stop at Akros, but we should definitely rest and consider our next move from my home rather than the city itself. Maybe we'll stop by and check on our wayward priest affiliate, see how he's doing. Yanis.
I did think I was never going to see him again.
I'm also gonna
Gonna
look
make
at
me bring
Valtos.
Yanis out again.
Where are the orphans, by the way?
One was
Potatoes.
still they're still scrubbing the deck. Did you start sailing?
No, I think we were just talking about our next move.
Yeah, he's still scrubbing the deck, and she's still peeling produce.
Sort of. So I'm gonna look at Valtos and cant to him in my level 2 proficiency canting. This is not. We need a more permanent solution involving the orphans. I think especially if we're going to be docking the ship at Data and going by land, we need to figure out where they will be safe or what to do for them.
I can't back. Yes, a permanent solution, like making them sailors.
Like making them what?
Sailors.
We're mooring the boat
Yeah.
at Data, and this could be a character. Like I'm happy to I'll get back rather.
I can imagine you just exclaiming back at him outside of camp.
I'll also like you not
Saying-
understanding the word sailor as he cants it and having to be like, you want them to what?
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll actually. Yeah, I'm cool with exclaiming back that if we moor the boat, that won't work.
What are we talking about?
Worry about it. And then, as I'm doing that, I'm canting. They could just stay on the boat.
I don't think that. And I'm gonna camp back. I'm feeling kind of chasing. I don't think that's a suitable solution. We don't know how long we'll be away from the boat.
I can't back. What's a better solution?
Either find someone that will take them in Akros, or then I'm sort of going through a series of realizations. And thinking,
Selko's just like head back and forth watching the two of them.
Wife,
like,
wife.
maybe we should leave them on the boat. And then yeah, okay, so and then I'm looking like very like Jason / depressed and saying, I'll get to Valtos. I need to make a call. Or the equivalent of that. I need to ask something.
Okay.
Are you
Then I'll prepare to start sailing.
two playing a game or are you communicating?
I have no time for games.
I just walk away and start getting ready to shove off.
Well, there's your answer.
He Valtos
Technically,
is teaching me.
we're gonna
a
need somebody
game.
to get in a rowboat and drag the ship off of the beach.
I am very willing to make a deception check on the Valtos is teaching me a game, by the way.
Yeah, sure. I assumed you were deadly serious when you said I don't play games.
Well, I'm not.
So we don't have time
16.
for games.
You get a 16 plus your deception.
Okay, yeah.
Whatever
least
it
that plus
takes
two.
to keep it up.
So +2, so I get 18.
Yep.
Holy cow.
Can you teach
Plus
me?
one.
I turn to I turn to
Well,
Valtos.
I have things to do, but later.
I think Valtos saw what happened when I taught you a game.
Which game?
Ooh,
Oh yeah,
that was very bad.
that was beginner's luck.
Yeah, beginner's luck.
But
and I'm
that
slowly
was
getting more
fun.
impressed.
I'll play you again sometime.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna begin sailing towards a dated harbor after we get shoved off.
Okay.
Okay, so we're setting out to voyage. I'm working on trying to make Titus a wooden sword. It's not going well. I'm looking visibly stressed and uncomfortable. Kind of just spinning my ring, not feeling good about this.
Wife's
trying
gonna
to-
be hearing about this.
Yeah, I'm trying to make the sword. It's not looking too good. It's been a little while since in the core, so
Regardless, he looks at it and he's stunned. It's like,
no.
this
I'm
is the
also gonna
best.
offer Lena. Lena, would you also like to learn how to use a sword?
She looks at you and she kind of like shakes her head. No, that's okay.
A spear, perhaps? I'm very tone deaf, so I'm just gonna start offering her other weapons.
No, I don't really want to fight like that.
Do I hear this going on?
Probably. I'm not trying to be like sneaky about it. I'm just talking to the kids. They're watching me.
I'll walk
Make
over
this.
and say, why are we teaching these 8-year-olds how to fight?
How old are you?
Well, Yogon, in the in the wonderful state of Akros, every man and woman is expected to serve if they are of sound mind and body. And they start training young. I myself started training when I was 8 or 9. I had fuck, I need a name.
No, I get
The steward at my ancestral home was drilling me from a young age, you know?
Zelkos
15 minutes of
chuckles.
drills before breakfast. 15
Visions
minutes
of Strahd.
Yeah, exactly. He's a good man. His son was really not as good as he was. I'm sort of thinking back to the guy who was the museum guy. That's his son.
Oh,
Also,
Uh,
turning to Acris. Acris, how old are you?
a little over 1.
Right, and how good are you at fighting?
Than those two, and I'll point to the 2 kids.
Yes, we gotta get him caught up to you.
I'm looking between the two of you at
And
Say in
and
Sil-
Zelkos chuckles.
I'll say in Sylvan to Zelkos, why are we bringing these kids along? I feel like they're just gonna die at some point.
I hope you're wrong. I'm Sylvan back. I hope you're wrong. I mean, if we need a place, I guess we could just bring him back to my village. But it sounds like the two of them have some kind of plan or are happy to keep him going. So
Yeah, I hope they're fine too. I just understand the grim realities of an 8-year-old in a fight.
that's fair. I'll go talk to Captain, and I'm gonna go walk over to where Veltos is on the wheel.
while you're walking over to Valtos, Lena is also walking up to Valtos.
Ooh, okay.
Yes, Lena.
Did you summon up 8?
Have I had time to summon an 8? If so, yes.
Yeah, we'll say you have.
I hope so.
Okay,
I
we
want
like
my friend
talking
back.
about Adonos and getting everything together. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get 8 back.
You know, no, 8 is new. There is no back.
You get 8.
This is 8.
Lena walks up to you and she's like, Captain, I have a question.
What's your question?
I want to summon a monkey. And she points up at 8.
I am
How do I
Thinking.
make a monkey?
years of intense study. Are you sure?
She looks down at Titus with the wooden sword. And looks back at you. Yes.
One moment. I go into my cabin, and there has to be some books on basic wizardry that I used when I was learning in there. Certainly, right?
I will say since you are a Crufix follower, you probably hoard literally all of your books, so
I
sure.
do. I get the appropriate books. Lena, can you read?
Yes.
All right. These 2 books. Go inside. Study them.
She looks at you and she smiles, and then she walks inside.
Okay.
Now you can go, Zelkos.
Yeah, I kind of watched this from afar, and I open my mouth to say something and then just close it and walk away.
Zelkos, didn't you want something?
Yeah, and I turn around and climb back up. I don't know, me and Acris were talking, and I mean, he's worried that if we get in a fight, those kids are dead. Like, yeah, we're training them, but like, we might get in a fight in days, and we got nowhere for them to go. I'm just thinking maybe we should drop them off somewhere.
Is Lena inside and Titus out of your shot?
I'm like, oh yeah, I'm whispering.
Lena is inside.
Okay.
I think Titus is far
Titus
too
is
distracted.
very preoccupied
Yeah.
with Canathos.
Zelkos, they're orphans from Acrios. They're just as likely to die on the streets of Acrios.
No, well, why don't? I mean, I guess it'd be put us several days, around maybe in weeks. I don't know how sailing works behind our journey, but like, could take him back to my village. There's no such thing as an orphan where I'm from.
Yes, well, that would be a long way out of our way. We don't have time for that now. Perhaps later, but
I will consult
this is
my
the best we
pipe
can do
and
unless...
cast augury.
Okay.
What
Alright.
is that for your else? What's the event you're trying
Woo. Woo or whoa?
to? You have to say you specify like an event that's going to
Yeah.
happen, and it tells you this is a good plan, a bad plan, or a mixed plan.
Is it bad to bring these orphans with us?
Augury.
And you're like blowing smoke for this, right? Like, this is like pipe smoke reading.
Yeah, he's reading the smoke. The smoke turns into a snake, looks at you, and you ask, "Is it bad to bring the kids?"
Mm-hmm.
The snake like looks at you, and does like a no, like shakes its head no.
I look at the snake goes away, and I look at everyone and say, "That's my opinion," and I go back to sitting down.
So it's not bad to bring the kids.
Frank, I just want to make sure I also understand what was going on.
It is not bad to bring the kids,
Okay.
according to the snake.
We'll trust the magical pipe snake for now. Zelkos, they're just as safe with us as they would be anywhere else, or on the ship at least. And while they're here, we can make them better prepared for life.
I mean, seeing you so willingly sharing that knowledge is maybe almost say nothing in the first place. So, yeah, I guess just a few more folks to protect, and we'll do what we can. Okay.
So Titus and I are now doing push-ups.
Titus is cheating.
Not on your knees, dude. Come on.
Dude, you gotta start that way. That's out of character.
It's what
Not in
speech is.
Acros.
He shifts to not doing them with his knees.
One for each year of your life. Come on. I'll do. I'll do a number.
While I stand here and see everyone doing shit, I'm like, wait, we're not even sailing yet. Unless we're all.
No, we are sailing.
No, we've set
Okay,
off.
Sorry, I thought we were all just doing shit.
I think this was shit that was happening while we're sailing. Also,
Okay,
which
okay, that's fine.
because we're going generally east, right? While we decide where
We're going back to Data, then up the river to Akros, I'm assuming?
Yes, and then we're gonna get knowledge and potentially head to Death Valley or potentially head toward this return town. One of the two.
Depending on what my sources and whatnot can tell us.
This is a fairly fast trip to Data.
Surprisingly fast, perhaps.
This is a surprisingly fast trip to Data. It's almost like the seas folded beneath your ship, and you got
Hashtag
to
blessed.
Data in record time.
Do I suspect that this is Thassa related?
I mean,
Sailor?
The sea,
you
I
can
think it has.
suspect whatever you want.
Okay. Does my character suspect?
Yes, as a sailor,
character
as a
suspects
renowned
many
sailor,
people.
you believe that Thassa has blessed you with good seas.
I am very happy about this.
She's back.
And you get to Data.
All right. How's Data look? Is everything okay?
Data is on fire.
Oh no.
What do I see with my perspective?
Data's on fire, you said?
Yeah, he said it's on
Yes.
fire. Like the other one.
Okay.
How on fire are we talking?
It's pretty much the same amount of fire as before.
Okay.
It's almost like it hasn't changed.
All right, I'll yell down from the crow's nest. Data's on fire.
Wait. Almost like it hasn't changed, huh?
What do we see in terms of like people running around?
You just see people. They're not really running around. They're just not really bringing bodies to the shore. They're just kind of military officers or military personnel.
Are we within shouting distance?
You will be soon.
Alright. As soon as I think we're in distance, I'm gonna shout another Triton attack or what to someone who is standing guard.
I'm debating if I want to bring the ship within shouting distance.
That's reasonable.
So we could just go around Data Harbor and up the river.
Yeah, I mean we can skip the harbor. We don't really need to.
I mean,
I'm gonna
aren't we
defer to
seeking
Kennethos.
information more than
Do you
anything right
wanna
now?
talk to these people?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having a quick conversation, seeing
We'll
what
come
happened.
in a little close.
It's only
not
been-
into the harbor itself, but like
Yeah.
All right, so you shout and ask what's up.
Yeah.
A guy hears you and like looks back. You recognize him.
Oh, is it Ophius?
You recognize Ophius.
Oh no.
You can make out Ophius, and he makes out your ship, and he's like, he shouts back. He cups his hands to his mouth. He says, "Oh hey, no Tritons, just a riot.
What?
Don't worry, we put it down."
I'm looking very disturbed by this. Citizens, Acro citizens rioting.
Frank, did I hear that? Can I insight check that?
Yeah, you all heard that.
I rolled a 4. What do I think? Do I think he's telling me?
This guy's telling the fucking truth.
Oh fuck!
Which roll though, tell me.
Poggles knows he's telling the truth. Poggle's like, yeah, this
It's
is.
Ophius. I know Ophius.
I look down and say, I don't think they're gonna kill us. We should probably figure out what they're rioting about. I'm willing to hear other sides player for this one, but I say that to the group.
I feel like
the
Well,
docks
I
aren't
have-
on fire and ships aren't on fire, right? It's just like town bits.
Yeah, like buildings are on fire.
Alright, we'll come into Data Harbor.
Coming on in? Alright. Well, you come on in, and Ophius is just kind of watching you bring the ship in. He just kind of puts his arms, like fists to his hips, and he's just like, good to see you all again.
Ophius, what's happening here? What's the riot? Acroans don't just riot.
Well, after you left the first time, Triton showed back up again, and I slayed 13 of them. Personally,
do I believe him?
in single combat, one at a time. No, no, you don't. He's blatantly lying. This is blatant lies.
Excellent work, young man. But what happened then? Why are the citizens rioting?
Yeah, you absolutely don't believe him. Well, rations. Rations have been
Austerity measures.
Yes. Not to worry. I'm sure we will allow greater amounts of food, drink, and he leans in, and of course, alcohol. To these fine people when all measures are met back in Akros.
At this point, I'm gonna turn to the squad, as it were, and say, maybe we'd be better off going to Deathfellow first. If this kind of unrest has spread throughout Akros, I don't know how helpful they'll be in us hunting down the Xanthos family.
I agree. I ask if we should sail up the river or take a different route.
No, I think we can sail up the river. I think we should just bypass Data Harbor. I'll check with Valtos because he's the captain, but if they're rioting over austerity measures, I'm not sure if it's worth a stop for us.
All right, sounds like we got some sailing to do, and then I'll wait to hear Valtos's response.
Valtos.
L.
I'm going to
Propel.
assume he's okay with it, but I don't know.
Let's see. Let's give him a minute because he'll.
Baltos.
Captain.
Charlie, are you cool with us sailing upriver? Do you approve of that?
Poggles is okay with it.
Oh no, I'm talking Charlie, who's in the channel. He was okay with it.
Poggles is okay with it. I think you guys just outvote Valtos.
He's the captain. It's his boat.
Kind of a dick.
Yeah, but it's basically Poggles' dream quest. All right. What do we actually think Valtos will say here?
I think he's probably fine with it.
Yeah.
I would be fine with it. Like Canathos' mouth, if anything else. So, I think if Canathos presents a sound argument, he'd probably agree.
Okay. So, I assume are you back on the boat, or are you still standing in front of Ophius?
Were we standing for him? I thought we were just still shouting at him.
I guess you're just shouting at him, yeah.
We got also we were going closer. We probably got a little closer. It was like
Yeah, you got a little closer. So
Don't
Ophius is
understand
still
each other
just
better.
standing there like, yep, riots. People don't know what's good for them.
Yeah. You are.
He starts waving. He's like, all right, take care. I'm going to go expand upon my legend. And then he strides away, humming his own theme song.
All right. So, are we going to? Does it look like it's going to present a challenge to get to the mouth of the river and head on up?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No,
So
you guys have done this
we'll
before.
just avert our eyes from Data Harbor and pretend nothing's going on there.
Pretend like nothing happened. I like it. The American way.
Ophius has that effect on me. Canathos does not really like Ophius.
What about him don't you like? Is it...
Okay, L.
Yep.
Valtos. So we were. Data's rioting because of austerity measures. We sort of were talking about just bypassing Data and continuing up to Akros because I don't think we can do much for to quell the riots or if there's anything interesting for us to do. But we wanted to check with Valtos because he's the captain of the boat.
Is it?
He's good with it? All right.
Is it currently?
So we're heading up the river.
Okay,
Hello?
so you're choosing to not stop, right?
Yes, we're not stopping at Data. Yeah, right?
correct.
Are you choosing to stop at Akros?
Is my mic working?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're good. You're good.
Is it in time? What time of day?
I'm gonna talk to Valtos like strategically.
It's gonna
like,
be
Go ahead, sorry.
it's gonna be around like 4 at this time.
Okay.
Well, where do we want to moor your boat? What is the boat's name, by the way? The what?
Wayfarer is the name.
Oh,
of
the
it.
Wayfarer. Okay, where do we want to moor the Wayfarer?
That's the
Not
question.
at
Do we wanna
Data.
do we want to be on the river at night, or do we want to be in Data Harbor and leave at morning? is the question.
So I'm not even talking about that. I think last time we came from the river was fine. I'm more worried about the where are we gonna keep the boat if we're striking out on land to Deathfellow / Odunos?
There's a dock in Akros.
There is. If people are burning down data, I shudder to think of what people are doing in Akros right now.
Bribe the right people, and your shit will stay safe.
Yeah, true.
Doesn't that harbor master owe us a favor or something?
Something like that.
We had
I
a tab
worry
opened.
for the future of Akros with buffoons like that Harbor Master and Ophius leading the next generation.
Buffoons.
Oafs,
Do we need any
buffoon.
supplies from Data as well, by the way, while we're here, or no? Is everyone good?
I'm gonna look over at the fire and say I'm not really sure any supplies are left for us to go for here.
The
If,
supplies are
if
gone.
they're on rations, I don't want to take anything from them. Carmetro will
Well,
provide
no,
for us,
we might need things that aren't being rationed.
possibly.
Yeah, whether those things are still available after they burn down half the buildings in Data, I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's true. Up the river we go.
Also, I don't want to speak with Ophius.
Sailing up.
Yep.
All right, so you sail on up towards Akros. This is a bit of a note to Canathos. You would know this, and Voltos, I imagine you would also know this. Poggles, just judging by your base knowledge nature, I imagine. Like, judging by how your proficiency in knowledge nature, I imagine you'd be able to figure this out. You can sail all the way up this river to Deathfellow if you really wanted to.
Okay.
Whether or not that is a good idea is something else. Cantos, you know from just living in Akros that this is a thing that that regular military vessels do in fact go up the river, but generally put, as you go further and further north into the areas surrounding Deathfellow Canyon, it gets a little questionable to leave your boat there. But you do know you can sail all the way up if you didn't want to walk from Akros or take a caravan from Akros up.
This part of the river is also traversable, Frank, or no?
Which part?
Like
Yes,
the
you
see how it forks?
Yes, you
Because
can
my
go,
house is like here.
Yes, you can go out that way.
So I imagine, like, if it's okay with everyone, that we'll stop for the evening before the fork, so Valtos and I can have that conversation. Well, I guess everyone, like, we can all talk about. But I guess as we're going up, and Poggles is thinking about that, I'm thinking about that, we're realizing that there might be more to this to talk about. Maybe we don't want to stow at Akros. Maybe we want to go all the way up to Deathfellow. There's just a lot of. I guess I should do in character. Canathos floats the idea of, well, if it's chaotic, like I was talking about this with, I think, Selkos before, but if it's this chaotic all the way throughout the Acroan territories, we might not be well served by stopping off with them. We might just be better off. Well, if the people are rioting, right? No one is more disciplined than the Acroan people, and if the Acroans are rioting, well, no one is more destructive than the Acroan people either.
I will agree with sailing closer to Deathfellow Canyon, because you know what they always say: the closer you are to danger, the further you are from harm.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
It makes
You
sense.
see me sort of think about it for a bit. I'm like, oh, I kind of get it. I like it.
You have nothing valuable on the ship except those fucking kids, and I'll point to the kids, who probably are not in on this conversation.
No. I don't think
Also-
Titus has put down the sword since I last saw
How
him.
far do we get before nightfall up this river? I guess is another question.
Uh,
Yeah, good question.
the
actually.
fork,
The fork
probably.
again. We've been here before.
Been here before.
Yeah, before it starts to get pretty dark.
Starting to get pretty dark, boys. Do you want to just sleep here, or what do you want to do?
We'll find a nice spot. Take the anchor out.
Yeah. Frank, as Valtos is dropping anchor. Do I notice anything with my dark vision or perception, like people watching us drop anchor or watching us suspiciously or anything weird, or no? Do we look kind of alone?
It's eerie. Whereas
Eerie,
before you saw a bunch of people like traders and such with their boats and a bunch of people who were fishing and kind of making camp on the riverbanks at night here. There is eerily no one here.
I'll say that to the group and say, I think we should keep watch tonight. I know we normally keep watch, but I will take first shift because I have eyes of the night.
Well, just make sure you start our watch in the dome so you can get in and out.
Sorry, just so I understand the rules, do I just need to be in the dome when it spawns?
When it's
and I
cast,
can-
that's all.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I'll do that. Sorry, I will eventually do that, but when it comes to that.
Okay. So
So you're gonna settle in for the evening. You're gonna set up your watch cycle.
yeah,
Watch
I think
the dome.
I'll tell Acreus to wake me up for second watch.
Yeah, that's fine.
I can take last watch and then get breakfast started after that.
Okay. All right. Let me do a thing.
Why?
Acreus, give me your perception. If we're doing the watch schedule, give me your perception. Everyone's good before bed, yeah?
I'm gonna cast Goodberry before bed.
Yeah, I actually roll Frank, right? Because I'm actively looking.
And pass
Yes.
out good berries.
I'm gonna put an alarm spell on the bow of the ship. That won't go off if anybody, like our crew, steps in it, but if anyone else does.
What do I see, Franklin?
22, by the way.
I don't know if I made this clear, Frank. I'm not doing my watch inside the dome. I was just in the dome for when it's
Yeah, you're
spawned,
doing it outside.
Yeah, he's on the
though.
crow's nest. Yeah.
because I feel comfortable in the darkness.
You notice up on a hill directly to your north a large figure. It's just kind of like standing there looking down towards the river.
Like larger than a human / Triton, like a very large thing.
It's pretty far away and it looks pretty large. So yes.
Does it look like it's like A? Does it look like it sees me in this pitch blackness because I'm invisible? And B, does it look like I could somehow get to it in a reasonable time frame? Or is it wet there where it's like there's no...
Yes to the first thing, it can see your boat. No, you wouldn't be able to get to it in a reasonable time frame. Whether or not it can see you is another thing, but it can definitely see your boat.
And it's definitely too far for me to go up to get a better look, right? You said?
Correct.
Okay. That's fine.
You
Go
can
ahead.
tell as you watch it, and with the moon shifting and moving, it eventually moves and starts walking away. When it goes to walk away, it looks behind it again towards your boat. You can make out horns.
Okay. I understand that is probably a minotaur of some sort, or an oversized creature with horns. So I will just keep note of that and watch that general area until my shift's over.
Yeah, the rest of your shift goes by without issue.
All right, I'll go in and wake up Canathos and say there was this weird. You said he was larger than normal, Frank. There was a creature larger than normal with horns watching me over that ridge.
Larger than a
point.
person in Trident.
Sorry, yeah, there was.
And
a
I
creature...
sort of stood away. Minotaur attack? What?
No, it's not an attack, but there was a minotaur over that ridge watching our boat. And was that ridge? If I followed that ridge in a straight line, Frank, does it reach Death Valley Canyon?
Yes.
So I'll say, way over that ridge is Death Valley Canyon, and there was a Minotaur watching our boat. So yes, I think it was a Minotaur.
On the west side of the river, I'm assuming.
Yeah, northwest. That seems like.
Yeah, like right at like the A in Titan.
Yeah. So I'll say he didn't look like he was planning an attack or anything, but I think it's safe to say the Minotaurs know there's a strange boat in the river. And then I'll go to sleep in the crow's nest, because I don't really like sleeping in the hut.
Yeah. Frank, my character is curious about whether it might be the Archon, or is worried about whether it might be the Archon. If it's like a big figure that came alone, is there any check I can do to sort of like, or question I can ask Acreus to clarify that?
Like,
Like,
ask about how big it was in comparison to like a normal person.
yeah, how big was it? Like, what did it look like it was wearing? Like,
You could also ask him if it was riding something.
was it riding anything?
No,
To which,
correct, Franklin?
not to your knowledge.
Not to my knowledge, and it was slightly bigger than a Triton and a human. Is that about the average size for a Minotaur?
Yep, about that. Maybe about 8 feet tall.
It has horns.
Yeah, they have horns.
I think that was a Minotaur. Probably a scout or something.
Okay. Yeah. How long did it watch for?
Franklin?
Like 10 minutes.
Oh, okay, sure.
Watched for 10 minutes and then left. And it was alone, from what I saw. And I have pretty good eyes.
All right. Yep. I'll keep an eye out. Thank you.
Sleep time in the crow's nest. And then that's it for me.
I'm doing the same thing where I'm sitting at the rim of the hut, like I can see through. I'm facing the direction that Tommy told me it was in, or Acreus told me it was in.
Alright. You don't really see anything. Give me a perception, though.
Okay.
See if you see any more than what your base would be.
No.
Yeah, you don't really make out anything of note throughout your watch. You see a bit of smoke rising to the north, but like, you know, it's nighttime, someone could be lighting a fire or something like that, so not completely out of the ordinary.
Okay.
But besides that, your watch pretty much goes without any issue.
And then, okay, at the end of my watch, I'm gonna go rouse Zelkos, let him know to keep an eye on that particular direction, and to see if the smoke gets more. I'm suspicious about the smoke, so if the smoke gets more, I get what's the word like? I guess if there's more of it, to keep an eye out for that.
Sure. Can do. Get some rest. Should I roll?
Yeah,
Ooh.
Dog.
it's a fucking peaceful night. You're just like in awe of the beautiful skyline
Pretty standard.
as you see the sun start cresting the horizon, and you just think to yourself, Theros is beautiful. It's a beautiful place.
I'll start cooking breakfast. Try to wake everyone up with the nice smells of some food, fresh cooked food.
Long rest completed.
Right, Frank?
Long rest completed.
Long rest button.
Somebody's getting fucked today.
What?
Those are two great
Oh,
ones.
man.
A 6 and a 20.
That's
Yeah, the extremes
nutty.
are so good.
Okay.
I realized I did my crit wrong too, because on a crit I roll an additional d8.
Piercer, right?
Yeah, it's 3d8 instead of 2d8.
Okay, so what exactly was your plan for today?
So I was actually going to suggest that we stop at the eve of the morning here because, like player, I'm floating the my character is sort of concerned about what's happening in Akros and wants to check on like his estate. He's sort of conflicted about bringing everyone there, but he also is wondering about maybe stowing the orphans there. So like I think that conversation between the group at large is something that would happen the following morning because we're at the fork. We see smoke up ahead. There's a thing of the Minotaur. Like, there's a lot of things that have me kind of worried about just heading up, happy as we do. So stopping off might be good, and I want to see like what's happening to my property. But that's just my player thing. If other people have different ideas, I definitely want to hear them.
What did Cradella send back to you about that conversation?
I didn't like. I have to think about a little bit about like because I think I am gonna ask her if I can like we can have the kids stay safe there, but I also kind of want to see how the like if like the fields are burning, like it's a different thing, right? I don't know how far the unrest has spread.
My character will almost certainly agree with you because he doesn't think 7 foot tall minotaurs is the place for an 8-year-old child and a 6-year-old child. Like my character,
11 and 8, by the way.
Yeah. So my character likes the orphans. He doesn't want them to die, and realizes, they're gonna fucking die if we go up. If we leave them in Akros, A, because of the riots or some shit, or B, if we bring them all the way up the river to Death Valley, they'll probably die.
Yeah, Zelkos is probably about the same. He's pretty much gonna go with the flow, but hearing that as an option is like, yeah, let's maybe not risk them.
Because I think it presents like kind of a bit of a like sharp right from where we were thinking we were gonna end up going, but like I think it would be good. It would be cool to play it out with the whole party all talking, but we're getting kind of close to the hard stop, and I kind of want to think about it a bit. I think it's like a different look. So, what do people think about stopping here?
Oh, that's fine. I'm
Yeah,
good with whatever.
Good for me.
Yeah,
I'm
good with
fine
either.
if you want to RP this conversation. Like, sorry. So if the conversation goes off, like what you would call successfully, we're gonna take a detour and stop at your wife's place to see if we can leave the kids there for a bit. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, I think that's what my character's going in trying to convince people of. But player wise, I'm good with either. It's just more like if my character saw the things that I saw the previous night, heard the things that I heard, and I'm kind of like uncomfortable with how Data looked and how Acro seems to be. I think he would definitely want to go there.
I mean, if we can all spare 10 minutes, I'd be cool doing that detour now. So when we come back next session, we don't have to start with the detour. But if you
Sure.
want to wait for it, we can do that too.
I'm game either way. Like I'm fine either way. I just wanted to put it out there.
Well, again, it's up to you guys. I know you all said you want to stop at some point soon, but if we want to do the 10
Yeah,
minutes now, so
I'm fine.
Where's your manor?
It's like here. Maybe a little further south.
So some sailing, some walking.
Yeah.
Maybe you even own the property adjacent to the river.
It's gonna be pretty big because I'm from the nobility and like I had a pretty good career, so I think it won't be
If you want to go there, I'm not going to have it take like a 40-minute ordeal,
right.
like for us to get through that.
right.
Because it seems like, as Tommy said, it seems like this is a good like RP bit that doesn't have to take like an hour and very easily can take anywhere between like,
okay
10 and like 15 minutes, 10, 20 minutes. So, like I said, I'm game until 10, but yeah, I think to be fair to everyone, enforcing a hard stop at 10 from here on
yeah.
is pretty much a good idea.
I don't think it'll
And
take
if it's
long.
not a hard stop at 10, like 10, like the latest, if like we're in the middle
And
of
let's-
role play or something.
We could play for 10 minutes. We can always go back and listen to the last few minutes of the stream at the start of next session if we want.
So
Yeah, for
if
sure.
we want to like do this, then let's do it. Let's get it done.
All right, yeah, that sounds good. So, what? Zelkos is preparing breakfast.
Yep.
I'm looking out on the horizon. I am unsettled. I'm gonna fill Valtos in on what we caught up on during the night. The prospect that Minotaurs maybe, they're Acreus saw something he thought might be a Minotaur looking over on first watch, and I saw smoke from the north. Best I can tell from where Acros is.
Do we
I'm
still
beginning
see
to
smoke?
think. Yeah, that's a good question. Actually, do we still see smoke? Right?
Yes.
Is it getting thicker? Is it worse?
It's not getting thicker. It's just kind of.
Okay.
billowing.
Can I make some kind of check? I've probably burned a lot of places in my career. What do I think when I see the smoke? Am I like, that's a campfire? Am I like, that's a bonfire? Or am I like, oh,
You're like,
someone's
that's a
raised it down?
bonfire.
Okay.
There's no check involved in that one. You've seen enough of it. I'm sure you
Yep.
can.
Bonfire ain't so bad.
So that plus, something that seems to have been a Minotaur. Akris thought something that he thought was a Minotaur. I'm worried that heading straight up to Akros might not be the safest course of action. I also want to check on, Cladella and my home. Given that we're here, the unrest seems to have spread in Akros.
Who's Clydella?
Well, why are you listening? Oh, wait. I thought I was just talking to Valtos.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I thought we were just like at the deck, like looking out because you were prepping breakfast. I go to Valtos immediately.
Or if you're not whispering, I feel like he's cooking breakfast like under the ladder right below you. Just yells that up.
I'm not gonna respond. I'm just gonna look at Valtos, see what he says.
We can go east first, but either way, we're gonna have to go past Akros.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna ask about stowing the ore. If things look safe there, I think we should have the kids spend some time there instead of come with us, because the more I see about where we're going, I think it's gonna be a lot more dangerous from here on out.
I don't know he has the whole sending business, right?
We do not.
You don't, but like,
Well,
I
that'll
don't-
be a surprise for your wife.
Did you say
What is-
wife?
just look down at him like, yes. We'll talk more about it at breakfast, but
It's almost done. Calm down.
so you're good with that, Valtos? You're good with
Yeah.
taking a detour?
We'll sail east.
Yes, I think we should sail east, but let's see what the others have to say. And then, so I'm gonna come downstairs and. Well, what's for breakfast, Alex? What are we having? Or sorry,
Fish.
Valtos, what's for breakfast?
Some fish with some nice spices.
Excellent. All right.
I don't
Thassa's bounty.
Yeah, I don't want fish anymore. Do you have anything else?
If you want a good berry, you have your good berry already stuck in your pocket.
Zacharias, my good man, didn't you catch this fish?
Want it, but we've had fish for 4 fucking days.
Trust me, this spice, top of the line. Try it.
Tasty.
Oh, I think I had this once on one of my campaigns. We liberated it.
In quotes.
Is this where's this spice from?
This spice is from a wonderful lady named Colette. Some of the highest quality spices I've ever seen. She must have made it or collected herself.
I'll respond to you saying you liberated, saying I also liberate many things.
Yeah, well, we all do things we're not proud of.
I'm very proud.
Liberate pocket change from people's purses.
But I look at the kids who are probably eating or dancing or training or thinking or reading books and be like, all right, they can't come with us to Death Valley Canyon.
Yeah. So we're all sitting down. I said, well, Acreus, do you mind sharing? I told Baltos about what you saw, but do you mind sharing with everyone, like the best retelling you can give of what you saw, and I'll listen closely and see if it reminds me of anything I know about Minotaurs.
Yes, there was a creature slightly bigger than a human and Triton with big scary horns looking at me from just over that ridge right there. That's all I saw.
And how long did it watch for?
10 minutes, and then it turned around. And he was alone. He didn't look like he had friends or anything.
It's concerning.
It is concerning.
Also, do you all see the smoke? I wonder if there's a raiding party camped out close by.
Probably. So we should stick to the waters until we get closer to Death Valley Canyon.
Yeah, the more I see this, the more dangerous I fear it will be. And even though Titus is making excellent progress, I worry that this is no place for children.
Yes, we're gonna have to leave the boat at some point, and I'd rather not leave. To an 8-year-old, how old are they? 8 and 12. I would rather not leave an 8-year-old and a 12-year-old on a boat in Minotaur territory alone.
gonna sort of turn to Poggles at this point and say, Poggles, what do you think we should do?
I'm okay with going to your taking the detour.
Well, that
Then
wasn't
yeah,
even.
I think I would like to check on my home. It's not far from here. It's probably, the morning sailing, and perhaps we can find a safe place for the children to spend some time and see how far the unrest in Akros has spread, because I fear that Akros will consume itself from within.
Is there anyone else? Is there anything that can help us there?
Um, yes. My household, there's the head of household, and you'll have to see it. Like, it's it's quite something, It's this land has been in my family for probably 12 or 13 generations now. Every one of them decorated Akron military veterans. And I'm sort of waxing poetic.
How big
The
is your
glory of
family?
Akros. How big is my family?
Mhm.
Well, well, I'm the heir. As the eldest son, I'm the heir. My my only brother is still, I wonder how he's doing. He's still in the service. And I have a sister who is a what flame caster, Frank? What are those things? Sorry, the player, but like,
They're like seers, yeah.
yeah, Seer of Keranos, the flame casters that are unique to Akros. So yeah, there's a quite, it's a large household. There's many servants and you know, people who work the land. I will not use the word serf because my character is kind of doesn't really get it. No, not doesn't really get it, but like doesn't realize that it's like a bad thing or like a talking thing. It's just like,
Say the kids will probably enjoy sleeping in a bed.
oh yes, yes, and
Fuck you talking about? They've been sleeping in a bed this entire time.
It's not a bed. I mean a bed.
well, they certainly will have a roof over their heads. It's I can promise that. So
All right, let's
My
go.
ship's being slighted.
shifting what?
My ship's being slighted.
I think that's just accurate sliding it. I'm very appreciative of the ship. The Wayfarer is a fine vessel, as fine as I've ever traveled on.
All right, well, let's go. You have to lead the way because none of us know where you live.
Yes, well, we're gonna take this fork, and then there's some landmarks to look for as we get closer.
Hold on a second.
There.
But Frank, and then like as we start our way on, gauging, you know, being still a bit of a coward about the whole thing, I'm going to fire off ascending to my wife, like when I think we're like 2 or 3 hours out, saying, bringing companions on visit, have picked up 2 orphans a long way, need to quarter them somewhere safe before we head to Deathfellow Canyon.
You get a message back a couple minutes later that says, "I'll get the." Oh God, how do I want to go about this?
Double my what?
Zelda's my what? I'll get the curator on fixing the rooms. Curator, like curator. That it's very hard.
Yep.
Curator in air quotes.
Hold on. Don't let fuck, what was his name? Don't let this guy do it. They know him. The museum guy, whose name I forgot.
I also forgot his name. Okay, sure. She sends back and says, okay, I'll get someone else then. Should I? She sends a message back. Should I have someone meet you by the docks?
No, we'll come. We'll it's okay.
Sure. Okay, so you guys end up sailing up the river, no issue. This is far away from the busiest part of the river, being an offshoot and all. And Canthus, you recognize the surrounding area pretty well, and you realize this is your
All right, we're
stop.
starting to see landmarks. All right, well, find a nice place to moor the boat for now. I'll pass on that. This area is probably even less traveled now, given the state of things, but never was very busy to start with, so the boat should be fine here. We'll only be here for. I don't even think we'll spend the night. So unless you'd like to. I'm addressing everyone. So
So it's pretty early in the morning. I think we're good.
yeah,
It's not even noon.
exactly. So all right, come along, lads. Let's go.
I'm gonna go sit down with the two children and say, we're going to go into some dangerous territory, so I think it's best if you stay here for a while. Kanathos can probably explain this a little better, and I want to see what their reaction is.
Titus looks disappointed.
I say, I see the disappointment on your face, but I think Kanathos can assuage you.
How does Lena react?
Lena is reading a book.
Okay, then I'm gonna walk up to Lena and Titus and sort of look Titus, get down knee level, look Titus in the eye, and say, well, Titus, we're heading to my home, and you're going to meet some people who are very important to me, and I would really appreciate if you and Lena could help protect the place while I'm gone.
He looks excited again.
I know you've been. I expect you to keep up with your training. You can meet the man who trained me, or who started my training anyway, and we'll make a fine soldier of you yet. Like, don't worry. Before you know it, you'll be ready to fight. But today is not that day.
He's disappointed again.
Lena, are you okay with that? Not you. You two are gonna be staying with my house and my family for a bit. I think it would be better for people your age as opposed to on this boat where we're going.
She looks at you and says, I think that's fair. Makes sense.
I'll lean over and say, tell her you have a library.
Yes, there is a library, and
Big eyes.
there's
looks-
also a very powerful spellcaster who lives in my house. So perhaps they can teach you some things as well.
Who would that spellcaster be?
Who's asking, Frank?
No,
I don't
one.
think Lena's asking.
No, Lena's like, that sounds great. Sounds good.
All right, good talk.
As she goes back to like head in the book.
Sort of look to Valtos, can to him. Is she training in magic?
Maybe.
Is that maybe as in she might not have the gift or not, or maybe you're training her?
I don't say anything. Let's go get my bag and start walking off the boat.
I don't know how you guys haven't died. All right, so yeah, you end up walking up the boat, and it's only a brief hike to the estate, but it's paved all the way. It's well, not paved. It's like cobbled and a nice little pathway.
I'm sort of pointing out different landmarks to Titus. I'm not really sure he's amused.
Going or only you going? Sorry, I must have missed that.
Sorry?
Are we all going? Or
I think we're all going. I'm bringing all of you. Yeah, like.
say, holy fuck, you live here as the fucking massive estate comes into view.
Yes, it's been in my family for I think 12 generations now. I'm the 12th. It's the House of Badger. This is where the Badgers, you could call it the den, if you will. And I sort of laugh at my dad joke.
The Badger's Den. Fuck.
It's a lovely home.
All right, well, come along.
As you get closer to the estate, you get a buzz from your ring.
Yes.
The ring says to you, am I supposed to come out and meet you, or am I supposed to send someone? I don't know if I'm supposed to meet your friends. Or are we? Is this supposed to like?
No, I think I trust them all. I think it's time that you meet them, or I think it's time they meet you. I should say.
The response. Okay. So as you get closer to the house, the estate, you see a woman standing there, and you see two servants standing there, or what appear to be two servants, standing ready to greet you all.
All right, well, my friends, this is my home. These are my staff, and this is my wife, Videla.
Hello, I'm Zelkos.
She greets you all. She says, "Hello, I am Crydella." She looks over at Voltos and signs in Krufix Cant saying, "Nice to see you again." And then she looks at everyone else and says, "Welcome to." Did he call it the Badger Den yet?
He did.
Welcome to the Badger Den. She kind of like rolls her eyes a bit and says,
And I'm like looking very proud.
"Everyone, come on in."
I will say, I'll look around and be like, "You have a very beautiful place," and then I'll look to the servants and say, "Your finest glass of wine, please."
They look to her, and then she looks to them and kind of like gives a nod, like, "Yeah, it's okay." And
Two, please.
One of them goes off, and then one of them runs off to go get your wine.
So I'm gonna put my hand or like my
I
arm
high-
around your two shoulders and be like, lads, I'll do you one better. I'll show you where we make the wine.
You make wine here?
Yes.
Crydella says, "Yes, it keeps all of us busy here out in the country."
Eyes turn to the Mr. Krabs money signs.
I whisper a prayer to Carmetra.
Titus's eyes are gleaming, and so are Lena's as they look over this big estate.
Yep. Titus, Lena, this is my wife, Videla. She's she'll be. If you need anything while you're here, please ask her.
Lena like looks at her and kind of like does a brief little like head down, like a very like, "It's nice to meet you," and Titus is like, "I'm here to protect you," and Crydella like lets out a bit of a chuckle and is like, I'm very grateful to have you here to protect this villa, this estate." And she then turns to him and says, "Why don't you go with?" Oh fuck. Why don't you go with Olender here, and she'll take you to your rooms. She'll show you where you're going to be staying. And the servant to her side, or the staff to her side, kind of walks up and she says, "All right, come along. Let's get you all showed off to your rooms."
And Lena, I yell after her.
Yeah,
as she starts.
she turns.
I hand her a bag. Take this with you. That's it.
She looks at you weird. She says, "Okay."
Is it spell components?
The player.
That was player.
You don't get to know.
She said, "Player."
What the fuck, man?
Yes,
Alex,
yes, it is. It is spell. It is spell things.
player?
Sure.
Did you give up your own? Do you have none now?
Just retired.
I was like, what the fuck, man?
And they see themselves off, or a lender shows them off. Right about when they're out of earshot, Crydella turns to you and turns to the group and says, "So I'm sure you saw it. It's not looking good. Akros is doing what they can to kind of keep everything in line, and they're all obviously worried, and it's kind of bleeding over into the populace. And they're a strong people, so that makes them a strong riot. You see, yeah. So well trained individuals, well trained rioters.
Has any unrest made it this far so far that you've seen?
No. She looks around. And is like it's always beautiful and pristine out here. I mean,
Soon we might have to double the guard. I'm worried.
I'll do some meditation on it, but I have a feeling we'll be okay. But if you insist, I'm sure we can pay overtime, or we can pay for double shifts.
I'm sort of like leaning into her. I say I always forget. I always try to do things my way, but I forget how little I really know about this world. You all don't probably hear that. I'm just sort of saying it close to her.
Lets out a bit of a chuckle.
All right, lads. Well, come along, Acreus and Zelkos. I think we have a date with the winery, with the vineyard. Can I get Valtos, Poggles? Can I get you anything?
Poggle would love some wine too.
All right, excellent. Then
Poggles wants to indulge.
As
There
we're,
has to be a porch area with some chairs or something. I'm just gonna find a seat.
as we're walking, Zelko's gonna say meditate? What's she meditating on?
Well, remember how I said my sister is a cleric of Keranos?
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, Caudilla's she's a cleric too, but of a different god.
Ah,
She's how
I
I
wink.
found this.
Interesting. Huh. Do you know, I should have asked. I didn't realize she was so knowledgeable, but we should have asked if there's any news of that urn we opened up, whether that's maybe causing some of the issues.
Yeah, I would like to keep her as far away from Akros as possible, though. We'll have to do scuttlebutt.
It's fair. Alright, let's get some wine.
Yeah, come along. Valtos
Do you
is just
wanna-
in the
Do we want to call it there?
yeah, I
I
think
was off into the wine cellar, and Valtos sitting on the front porch seems like a good place to call it.
yeah, that's good.
Anyone have conflicts for next Monday?
So today I had an interview for a job, and I got the job.
Awesome.
Okay.
They got
Nice.
back to you. Cool.
They
Here, I'm gonna turn off
lovely
the stream.
story.
Later, Twitch.